What is up, YouTube? Risky and Junior here from the best channel in the land, Frogs Angels, and we're bringing you some new footage these days, some sports,
Right?
and today we're gonna do some NFL predictions for this 2016 season. We're gonna do each division, and we are gonna get a Super Bowl prediction. And
What
yeah,
do you, what do
let's
you want to what do you want to start with here?
we're gonna
Let's start,
start
let's let's start AFC East. How does that sound?
AFC East. All right, I'll
Let's
give you
do it.
mine.
All right, you first.
Yeah, I'm going first.
All right, let's hear it.
I mean, at the top, pretty obvious. Even though Brady's out 4 games or whatever it is, New England Patriots number one. My number two is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the New York Jets, and then three Buffalo Bills, and then four Miami Dolphins. What
Ooh,
do you
okay,
got? What do you got?
okay. The first place and last place team are the same for me, but I do have both Buffalo and New York swapped. I just think that I don't know. I feel like Buffalo they're due for at least a decent year at
Yeah,
best. That's
I,
what I would
I
say.
can't argue it too much. I got them two and three. They're pretty close, not too far apart. The only reason I give the Jets the edge is because of their defense. I think it's a little better than the Bills. Defense wins ball games. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
Fitzpatrick, come on now.
yeah, we got to see if he shows up. The Bills' offense could be a little scary with Tyrod Taylor, LaShawn McCoy, and Sammy Watkins,
In
but
his contract year.
we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. Not no arguments there really. Let's move on to the next one. What do we
All
got? What
right,
division we
we're
got
gonna go
next?
AFC North.
AFC North. Uh, it's a battle for one and two. I think I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh Steelers at number one, Cincinnati Bengals number two, Baltimore Ravens three, who had an awful year last year, but I think they step up, have a chance for a wild card. But I have them at three and four is the Cleveland Browns. Pretty easy one down there. Let's hear what you got.
Well, I had Cincinnati winning this division till about maybe 2 minutes ago.
Oh,
I don't
we're
know.
switching.
Second, I switched. I pulled an audible here. I don't know. I just feel like Antonio Brown and Big Ben, that combo is just too deadly. I don't know, and I don't feel like Cincinnati could come off a good year and play good again. I just don't see that happening. I really don't.
Who's your three? I'm
My
guessing
three? Oh
Baltimore.
yeah, I had the same because I swapped. Put Pittsburgh one, Cincinnati two, Baltimore, Cleveland.
All right, yeah. So we have the same thing. It's just if Big Ben stays healthy, I think they're at the top.
Right.
That's always questionable though. And Bengals, I don't know if their offense can do enough. It seems like AJ Green's like the only thing that teams have to stop. So that's why I got him at two. And all right, yeah, yeah.
Let's
On to the next
let's
one.
let's let's cruise down to the south.
The South.
AFC South.
The South is probably the hardest one for me to rank. First, I'm actually gonna go with the Texans. Second, we're gonna go with Indianapolis Colts. Third, Jacksonville Jaguars, and then
Ooh.
fourth, Tennessee Titans. It's really close.
Okay. Okay.
The reason. Oh, well, let me hear yours. Let me hear yours
Yeah.
first.
Okay. 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 I disagree with first place. I think Indy has it. I think they're gonna win it pretty easily. Um, I can't see them having another bad year in like two in a row, especially if Luck's health is there. Second place, I do have the Osweilers. I mean, the Texans.
All
Um,
right.
I don't know. That's a lot of what ifs. Their whole team is a bunch of what ifs. If Lamar Miller shows up, if the receivers show up, if Osweiler's even, he just has to be decent to for them to do well. But then I have Jacksonville and then Tennessee.
All right, let me tell you why Texans are number one for me. I mean, this whole division could go either way. Like, it could be the opposite order of what I said. Tennessee can finish. I don't think they're going to finish first,
Come on, you're
but
drunk.
they can. I
Drunk.
think this division's wide open. But the
You're
Texans.
drunk.
Let me talk. Let me
Oh,
talk.
sorry, sorry, sorry.
Texans won because of the defense. Again, defense wins ball games. Hopefully, J.J. Watt's healthy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think since they added Will Fuller, he's a big time weapon. That means they have not only DeAndre Hopkins or Will Fuller that teams have to worry about. A lot of speed. Can Osweiler throwing the ball? I think so, but we're gonna see. But that defense is key. I know the Colts defense is pretty weak last year. I don't really see much improvement this year, so I have them at two. And then it was pretty close between Jacksonville and Tennessee, but back to the defense. I like my defense. I think Jacksonville has a way better defense than Tennessee, even though Tennessee's run game is going to be something else this year. But that's what I got.
Hmm. I don't know. I just feel like that was a little bit of a Notre Dame plug.
Well, I said defense. I think
I'm just,
Texans are. I
just
think
giving you a hard
Texans are gonna
time.
win because of defense, but and I like that they added another secret weapon on
Not really too
offense.
secret.
He's
Let's
a
go to
secret
the,
weapon.
what? If you say so. Let's go to the AFC West.
All
This is
right,
you. You take it away. You're first.
first place. I'm going with the Chiefs. They were hot at the end of the year. Went on a big streak in the regular season. I like them one. I got Denver at two. I think they lost a lot, so they're not going to be anywhere near as good. But I still think they're have a chance for the playoffs there. And then my number three will be the Oakland Raiders, who are gonna step up this year. But I don't think they are. I still think they're a couple years away, maybe 1 year away from getting in the playoffs. And then four will be the San Diego Chargers, who's got some Bosa issues right now.
uh, I think I agree with first place Kansas City. What they did last year without Jamal Charles is
Yeah.
kind of scary. So I would imagine with him. But I do have Oakland number two. I do think they're going to take the step this year.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not too big, but I do have Denver in the third. I don't even think they have a shot at the playoffs. They don't even know who their own quarterback is. That's an
Sanchez.
issue. Okay, come on now. he, I can't see him doing well. I mean, I do see him doing better than the past because of coaching, but I do not see him leading them to the playoffs by any means. And then, obviously, San Diego, right there at the bottom.
Well, I don't think the Broncos really need much of a quarterback. I think Sanchez just has to control the game. He doesn't just has to limit his interceptions. I think Peyton Manning, he was at the top of the league in interceptions last year, and they still did what they did because of their defense. Even though I lost a few pieces on defense, that's why I had them at two, not one. But I still think they're better than the Raiders. I think the Raiders are young. They're going to be really good in a few years. I'm still not sold on David Carr. I see a lot of questionable throws. I mean,
Only getting
everybody has.
better.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get better, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that throw interceptions, but some of his are a little questionable. It's sometimes when you see those, they're never really fixed. They're always there. It's something you can't fix. So he's not. He's got to prove it a little more to me. But I like the direction they're heading in.
I mean, I also think that Sanchez needs to not only work on his interceptions, he need to get those butt fumbles out of the way.
Oh, it's
Those
not
could
going to
be
happen.
those could be game changers. um, with that being said, let's go to the NFC
Switching to the
East.
NFC. All right. This is another tough one, just like the
Oh,
AFC
it's not.
South, but NFC East. I think it's tough. I think the Cowboys would be one if they can stay healthy, but they're probably not going to stay healthy. That's one question mark there. Another team I look at is the Eagles. I'm assuming Bradford's going to start. Carson Wentz should not start. I don't think he's ready. If Bradford does start, I like the Eagles' chances. Um,
Ooh,
at one, I'm gonna stick with the Cowboys. That's what I had. Romo got hurt in preseason, but I think they have so many weapons that they're gonna be first. I like the Eagles second. Um, the Redskins won the division last year, but I don't see them making it to playoffs. I'm actually gonna go with the Redskins third and the Giants fourth. I mean that can go either way. The Giants got Odell on offense, but their
wow.
their defense is
Wowzers.
I mean their defense they definitely improved, but they were so bad last year. I don't see them 1 year getting all these new guys in here and just making the playoffs. I mean they could definitely do it. This division's pretty wide open, but that was a tough one for me. But that's my four.
I have a very different, I guess, rankings for this division. I have the Giants winning the division.
Oh, okay.
Reason being, again, Dallas is just they're full of question marks. You never know with them, and they're just the fact that Romo hasn't had a healthy hasn't played a full season since what 2012. I don't think they're ready to win a division. I think the Giants have it because every year they're due. It's every other year with them. It really is, and I think they're just due for a huge year offensively. Like you said, defense. It's a bunch of what ifs, but those what ifs can perform, but we don't know. Dallas, I have second place, and then I have Philly and followed by Washington. I don't think Washington's going to even come close to what they did last year.
So we both have Washington dropping off a lot, but yeah, it's hard to see them. I mean, it was easy
They
division
set the
last
bar
year.
high. They set the bar high though for themselves.
Yeah. Um, that's another tough. Actually, that one might be harder than the AFC South. I think that division's tough for me, but um, I expected the Eagles to be good last year. They didn't really do it, but I think they can be a solid team.
Mm.
Playoffs, I don't know. I think we only get one team in the playoffs out of the division, the division winner, obviously. But yeah, we'll see.
Do we even dare go to the NFC North? Do we even
Oh, we
dare?
dare. We dare. All right,
All right, let's cruise on over there.
number one's a battle.
Oh,
I think everybody knows the two teams I'm talking about that are battling, but I'm gonna go with the
yeah, the
Vikings.
Bears.
They're on the rise. And then I got Packers number two.
You're
And then
drunk.
three versus four, very close. I'm gonna go with the Bears three, and then
You
the
just threw up
Lions
in my
four.
mouth.
The reason I put the Bears ahead of the Lions, even though it's really close, is because the coaching. I think the Bears have better coaching, but it's a toss up.
All right. Well, whoa. Uh, I don't know. I have Green Bay winning this. I think they win it pretty easy. I can't see Aaron Rodgers playing. Like last year wasn't even a bad year, but for him it was bad. I don't think it was normal Aaron Rodgers, and especially him getting his Jordy back. I think that they're going to have a little something to prove this year, and I think they win that division. This might be a little biased, but I do believe that Chicago, Minnesota is going to be close for I think that second spot, and I think it's really going to come down to the division matchups, which could easily be a split. No matter how good the teams are, it's always somehow every game is close. Chicago and Minnesota, they're always close. Any division game really. So I think that
It's only two a year though. Then you got a whole other
right, I agree,
all the
but
other games to play.
I do think Chicago, even if they end up tied, I think they got second here, based off the like division, how they finish in the division. I think it's Packers, Chicago, Minnesota, and then obviously uh, the Megatrons.
All right, that's just ridiculous rankings right there.
That's maybe a little bias, a little bias.
Yeah, but I think the Bears need a better secondary to even compete. Their secondary they got problems. They're bringing guys in. They're trying to figure out who to sign because I think they know they have problems there. But their front seven is looking good. Uh,
Front seven could easily mask.
receivers are
A
looking good if they stay healthy. But I think they need a quarterback. They don't really have a running back that they're like sold on for the future and for this year. So I think they got a lot of spots they need improvement on to even compete for the playoffs. But all right, okay.
is what I say. I think that a really like an above average, like a good front seven, like you said, they're good. I think they could hide a lot of issues in the secondary, but I do think those issues could be exposed to the right team. So I think it all really depends on how that front seven performs, is how well they're going to do. And again, it's another team filled with what if statements. You don't know. You
Yeah,
really just don't know.
I think they built their. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but I think their team is built right now to actually play the Vikings. Like talking division teams, I think because the secondary issues they play the Packers. You know what the Packers are going to do? They're going to throw the whole game. Same thing with the Lions. Stafford's going to throw. They got gold. Even though they lost Calvin Johnson, they got Golden Tate and Marvin Jones. Their Stafford's just going to air it out. Vikings are a run first team, so they might be in the Vikings twice a year. So we'll see though.
All right, let's go on to the NFC South.
First place team, easy. Carolina Panthers. I don't think they'll be as good, but pretty easy division for them. So they'll be pretty close to where they were at last year. But lost Josh Norman, so that hurts the DBs a little bit. They have a little issues in the secondary, but they'll be fine. Um, as far as the division goes, second is tough, but I'm gonna go with the Falcons. And then third, I'm going to go with the Saints. Fourth, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. The reason I have the Falcons over the Saints is because the Saints, I mean, both teams' defense is kind of on the weaker side, but the Saints' defense has been very poor the last few years. So that's the reason I have those 2-3 Buccaneers. They're another team for the future, but just not yet. What do you got?
I actually have the. Where are they at here? I have the Carolina, just like you had. Easy. It's an easy win. They don't really have much competition in terms of the division. I had Atlanta until seeing them play last night at the second here.
Preseason don't mean much though.
It doesn't mean much, but Matt Ryan struggling. I don't know. I think he is still slumping. I don't think he's getting out of that slump anytime soon. Um, he he has a prove it kind of year for me. If he plays well, they do well. If he does not, we saw what happened last year and where that team's going to go. And they just lost their first round pick for at least 3 to 4 weeks here. He's having knee surgery, I believe it was. So that only weakens the defense more.
I don't know if he was necessarily a starter week 1. He was a late first rounder, but I mean he very well could have been. But it doesn't
Right.
help that it happens. But I don't think it
So
hurts him too much.
with that being said, I have New Orleans taking second in the division. I just think that Drew Brees he's just a beast. He has that Aaron Rodgers effect where he can make anybody around him better. Um, he's the one who created Jimmy Graham. He creates people, and I see them at number 2, Atlanta, and then followed by Tampa Bay, who is on the ups but not ready to take that step.
Yeah, Drew Brees alone almost had me put the Saints at 2, but I think he's not going to get any better. He's getting up there in age. I mean, he's still going to be good, but they don't have too many weapons. They drafted Michael Thomas, Ohio State receiver, but it's a second round rookie. So I just couldn't put them at 2. Their defense is too weak, but one more division left.
Let's talk about the NFC West.
All right. All right, first, I got the Arizona Cardinals. Second, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Third, LA Rams. And then fourth, San Francisco 49ers. I think Gabbert's going to end up starting, but I think that would be a mistake. I think Kaepernick needs to start. Not that I think they would make the playoffs anyways, but they have a much better
10
chance
times better, yeah.
if Kaepernick's the guy, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'll let you go and name yours.
All right, I'm going to go. I have Seattle winning the division. It seems every year they lose what we think were centerpieces to their team. We're like good players, solid players, but they're always up there, year after year, always up there. And I think that just says a lot about their coaching and their leadership. So I have them winning the division, but not far behind Arizona. You never really know. I'm not a believer in Carson Palmer. I'm really not. If it's the Carson Palmer of last year, yeah, they might win that division. But I do not believe they're going to get that same Carson Palmer from last year. Sure, their defense is going to win them a lot of games, but I think that Carson Palmer will win them the division if they do win it. And then I have in third the LA Rams, and then following that I have the Niners.
All right, let me tell you why I got the Cardinals over the Seahawks. Seahawks offensive line is a disaster. They're just fucking awful. Just awful.
Hey.
It's bad, okay? It's bad.
Hey.
You know, Russ is dangerous, but
Dangerous.
I think you look at the Cardinals, Carson Palmer's got all kinds of time. He's at offensive line, something else. And that defense, I mean, in the secondary, they do have a few guys that are very good, but then there's some issues for like depth in the secondary. But other than that, it's a great defense. I mean, we know the Seahawks have a great defense too, so it is going to be a battle. But I think that they're so close, and even though that the quarterback is way better on the Seahawks, it won't really look like it because of how bad that offensive line is. So since the Cardinals won last year, I think they're going to win again. Could go either way. Both teams probably make the playoffs. They got to make the playoffs, but
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I got the Cardinals one.
All right, is it Super Bowl time?
Super Bowl prediction?
Is it Super Bowl time?
Yeah, you know what? Let me hear yours first.
Oh, we're both gonna say our NFC team, and then we're both gonna say our AFC team, and then we're gonna say
first, AFC. My AFC team is the New England Patriots.
oh, mine would be the same.
It'll be the Patriots.
Mine would be the same.
My
Yep.
NFC team is the Minnesota
Uh,
Vikings,
oh, jeez. Now this is where
and you don't even have them in the playoffs. I don't think.
they very well can have that wild card with the East being so weak, and the South being so weak. They could easily take that wild card. Um, but I do have Carolina again going to the Super Bowl.
And
But at the end of the day,
yeah,
I do not have them beating the New England Patriots in the
the
Super Bowl.
Patriots. I have the Vikings losing to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I think they're the team of the future, but they're not quite there yet to win it all. And I think after Brady comes back from suspension, he's gonna want this one bad. I think he finishes the season off with one of his best seasons of his career, and they win it.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
might be the end of the road for the Patriots after this year, though.
Yeah. I feel it's almost as if he has something to prove coming off that. He
Yeah.
took the suspension like a man, and I don't know. He's gonna come out and
Was it like a man though?
it was like a man. He at the end, this year up until this offseason,
Maybe Woman the man?
it
Nah,
made
he
a
took
l-
like a man. He took a. We'll,
yeah, it
we'll,
took
we'll
like-
just go with that. He's Tom Brady.
it's time. Come on. You can't hate the guy. Game respects game. Okay.
All right, gotta have respect.
I have a little respect for him. But I agree. I do see them winning, and I think no matter who they play, I don't think it's going to be a close one. Again, him proving it, I think he's going to have a crazy
I think
Super
it-
Bowl,
I think it'd be
crazy
close.
second half of the season.
I think pretty much. I mean, out of the teams we discussed that are playoff worthy, I think they're all pretty close. Anybody can beat anybody. Pretty much in the whole league, I think anybody can beat anybody. Any given Sunday, I think there's a couple teams that are, definitely at the bottom, but it's gonna be a great year. A lot of surprises. There's always surprises, but I think there's gonna be a
Always.
lot, and we're just gonna have to wait and see.
That we will.
Can't
That
wait.
We will. Yeah. See you in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait.
All right. I
Uh,
hope you enjoyed the video. If you can,
Yeah, I really hope so,
subscribe.
too.
Did you enjoy it?
I kind of enjoyed it. I
You
hope they
doing
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed doing it, so I hope we can do some more of these. We need some views. We need some likes. So drop a like if you liked it. We need some subscribers. That would be great. And then
And
we
not to sound too desperate, though.
yeah, you always like subscribers no matter how many you got.
Right. This
But-
is true. This is true.
Drop a like so we can do more of these sports videos. Leave some comments, suggestions
Hey.
in the comments.
Hey, and subscribe if you're an angel, because we are.
Yeah.